Hello, this is my gameplay video for this playtest version of Uncivilized. Uncivilized seems to be a 4X strategy game. I have run the game previously just to make sure it worked before I started this video. Unfortunately, I didn't pay much attention to the instruction box that came up when it first started. And interestingly, on running the game for a second time, I don't see any information on what I should be doing here. So, we've got F8, which is feedback form. If I press F8, that seems to be doing nothing. Ah, interesting. Oh, interesting indeed. We've got figment count. It's a currency. Okay, can be used to expand. Okay, so we've got currency. We've got some cards. Now, this seems to be similar to Civilization, etc. a little bit here. We've got Pathfinder, scout the territory, found a capital city on an empty city site. Well, I like the tooltips. They seem quite self-explanatory. So I assume that the thing to do is to play these cards somehow. So what do I do? Click on a card. And I can drag the card around. Let me see. I'm going to put the card. Well, it has to go there. That's quite intuitive. It's very clear on where the card goes. So I'm going to put the card right there. There we are. Okay, city build request. Choose a type of city. Well, I'd like to think I'm a cultured sort of person. I'm going to choose a culture city, I think. Morale boost sounds good. Yes, culture city it is. Well, let's have a look at the others. Max HP. So there's going to be some fighting in this game. All right, science. I do like researching technology in a game like this. I'm going to go for science. I'm going to choose science. Okay, science it is. There we are. So, science. Is that working? Oh, no, it didn't work. Okay, so there we go. So the science one wasn't active. I had to go for, well, maybe the first one would have worked, but I went for the military. And the capital city is founded. Wonderful. I'm going to say right now, I'm sorry to save this, but I don't like this art style. This I like with the menus and the crisp art, but juxtaposed or in contrast with the sort of scanlined TV monitor filter on here. For some reason, it just doesn't work aesthetically. It is the contrast, I think, between these two elements. I think I would rather it was all sharp and clean like this, or if these menus were also somehow integrated more naturally into the CRT screen aesthetic. That would also work very well. But having both, just there's a stylistic clash. There's a mismatch, I think, there. So I'd like to see some greater consistency between the main screen and the user interface. I would say, if I had to say which one I would go for, I'd probably go for the sharper, crisper view. And the reason is because if you make the UI fuzzy and CRT-like, then there would be readability issues. It would be more difficult to navigate and read. It would be harder on the eyes, I think. So if I was going to go for consistency of view, I would want let's go with the sharper look. Alternatively, a better option would be to have an options menu where you can choose. Maybe you can toggle the CRT filter on or off for both the UI and the main screen separately, so you can choose how you want it to be. We've got an escape. Brings us an option. Let me see. I don't want to restart. I don't want to quit. Yeah, we should have an option for continue, I think. I'm sure if I press escape, I'll be able to continue. But really, logically, we should have a restart and a quit, and a resume button as well should be on there. I know there's some placeholder art here, so I'm not going to talk about the placeholder art. But yes, we need to have another button. I reckon that would be my opinion. Anyway, to the game. And in terms of the art itself, I know there's probably some work to be done. I do like the art. The art style in general. I like the color scheme. As I said, it's just the clash between the CRT and the sharp images. It just doesn't work for me, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to say that. But anyway, let's continue. Capital is founded. Plus gain these. Well, which one have I gained here? Oh, I see. I've gained this one. I've gained a scout. Plus choose one of these. Supply drop all hands. Or fort. Supply drop. Let me see. I think I'm going to go for... well, that's in green. Why is that green? It's tier 2. Military tier 2. Well, it would seem to be... I'll go for a tier 2. I'm new to the game, so I don't really know what effect or impact these will have. But if this is tier 2 and they're tier 1, not really knowing enough about the game, I'll go for tier 2. Sounds better. Sounds higher, right? So tier 2, there we go. Okay, so what else can I do? Is there anything else I can do? Hand size 3. How many more things can I do before I end the turn? I don't know. I think we... I think we should put a Pathfinder on there somewhere. Should we put a Pathfinder here? This must be the boundary of the city, by the way. So if I put him here, well, that's opened up a little bit of space, hasn't it? Am I on an island? What? Because I've got green, and then this. It doesn't look like water. Is it rock? Is it dirt? Let me see if I can put something else on. Can I put more things onto here? Where should I put it here? No, I can put it there. All right, so that's opened up something. How many turns do I get? I've used this. Can I keep using it? Well, it looks like I've got a few more there. I've used that, so only thing I can do is play my military card. Times 2 production in city for 4 turns. Well, okay. So I've played it. It looks like I have no more cards left, so I will continue. So end turn. Okay. So Force has reached its production target. Choose a new card. I think it's going to have to be a spy. I think early in the game I want to know what's around. So I'm going to, yeah, I'll have that one. And see what option we've got now. We've got a Pathfinder. Well, I'll put my Path. There's something here. Look, what's going on here? Gain a unique powerful ability or skip. Well, of course, I'll have the... Why would anybody skip something like that? I'm not sure why it's giving me the option. Because logically, no one would choose to skip finding a unique powerful ability. Unless, of course, there's potential downsides, in which case it should give you some warning. Maybe if there is a risk, then it really should say something like, beware. There is a chance that this relic could be harmful, dangerous, etc. I don't know. But because I don't know that, I'm going to just assume that it's always a good relic. So yes, I'll go for it, because there's logically nothing good that can come from skipping it. Why would I skip it? There we go. So there it is. All right, we've got an apotheotic relic. Instantly integrate any neighboring native city. Well, that sounds like a good idea. What's this? It's a city site. That's not a city itself. It's just a place we can put a city. Interesting. So it seems like you don't have a lot of freedom of where you place things. You know, there are city icons, and you can place cities on those icons, which is which is fine, I suppose. I think I would like. I wish it was more freeform. It seems like it's very rigid in that we have a map, but you know, you have to place cities in those icon positions. It seems. Uh, but anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. We've got a spy. We've got a pathfinder that's being used. I don't want to use it now because it says I can be used in rival territory. I don't see any rival territory, so I don't want to use it. There is no neighboring native city that I can see, so again, I'm not going to use that. What's this red line for? Out of bounds. I still don't understand what this is supposed to represent. This is it just rocky terrain, perhaps? Not mountains, but just rocky terrain, perhaps it is. Hard to say. Can I zoom in on it? Does anything happen if I zoom in? That's not very helpful, I suppose. Okay, anyway, I'm going to end the turn. I don't think my cards are things I want to use right now. Well, that's already being used, and these two are not useful in my current situation. I'll end the turn. Yes, I want to end the turn. Thank you very much. Good that I've got confirmation. We don't want to do that by accident, do we? End turn. Yes, end turn. Okay, has reached its production target. Choose a new card again. Discard some cards or buy more hand capacity. Or you can defer or skip. This is a little bit confusing because I'm thinking, well, I'd like to buy some more hand capacity. But where's the option to do that? Do I have to click on something else to buy new hand capacity? And if I click away from this window, how do I return to this window and get the choice of deferring or skipping? I don't know. It seems there's a bit of a disconnect. It's not very clear on what would happen if I click off this menu. I'm going to try clicking off the menu. So I'm gonna try and find the place where you can buy more hand capacity. I don't know if I've got enough whatever the credits are to do that, but I'm gonna try. If I come and click off here, no, so I can't click off the menu, and I find that confusing because it's presented me with the option of buying more hand capacity, but it has no indication of how or where to do that. And since I can't come off this screen, what can I do? I mean, I can discard cards. I don't want to discard the cards. I'd like to buy some more hand capacity, or at least get to the place in the UI where I have the option of buying hand capacity. Even if it says I can't afford to buy it, I still would need to be able to get to that place to see it, and then know why I can't buy it. So I should be able to navigate to where the menu, etc., where you buy more hand capacity. And if I can't buy it, it should say something about not being able to buy it. But this is just very, very unclear. I mean, I try click on here. No, I've got only two choices. Although it's presenting me with three options. It says you can discard cards, you can buy more hand capacity, or you can defer or skip this production. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 options I've got here. Well, discard cards is down here. Defer is there. Skip is there. Yes, so buy more hand capacity. Where is the option? I don't see it. Well, I'm going to defer for now anyway. I'm going to defer. Thank you very much. Okay, and defer that. Which brings me back to here again. And again, I have no other options. I'm going to have to put the Pathfinder down. I'll put the Pathfinder down here, I think. Well, it won't let me do it. Is that because he's already doing something? Have I used him this turn? This turn? I don't think I have. So why can't I use him now? Well, I'll put the spy down then. I can't put the spy down. Can't do anything with him. This is, I'm afraid... Oh, wait a second. Hand size. I didn't even notice it at the bottom, so I could have done that there. So now I understand. I see it's nestled down on the bottom, black on grey, and I didn't even notice it was there because the menu is so bright and it's central. Your eyes drawn to the menu, your eyes drawn to the color of the cards. This kind of went unnoticed by me. Maybe that's my failing more than anything else. But I feel stuck now. I feel like there's clicking. There's nothing happening here, and it feels terribly uninteractive. I feel like even when there's nothing much we can do, there should be some more guidance, some more hand-holding, particularly at this early stage. If it is the case that I can't do anything with these, then it should perhaps bring an option up saying, all your cards have been used, and then present some possible options that I could do. I can skip the turn. I don't know, I don't know what I can do. I don't know enough about the game, but I think it needs more guidance, more feedback. It needs something there. Because this just feels like a static image with some tooltips on it. There's not much. I can see this stuff here, but nothing's interactive. I'm clicking everything and nothing's doing anything. It just feels very static in a way that something like Civilization wouldn't. No, it feels like it's just a static image. Anyway, I'm going to end the turn. And I certainly don't want this to seem too negative. I love these types of games, and I know this is a work in progress. You should have unused cards in your hand, do I? Well, yes, I have this one, don't I? To instantly integrate any neighboring native city, but I don't see any neighboring native cities, so I can't use it, so I'm going to end the turn. Thank you. End the turn, yes. All right, so discard some cards and buy more hand capacity. This time, can I buy any more? No, I can't buy any more hand. Can't afford it. So I've got to ditch something. I mean, that one seems potentially more powerful. You can integrate any neighboring native city. This one, I'm going to have to discard it. It's gone. Okay, I found a city on an empty neighboring city site. Yeah, I'll go for this one. I'll have this. Now, I can put now I can put a city on it, and this one can be, well, that was a military last time. Science City is just not working. Okay, well, we'll make it another. We'll make it a culture. A city of culture. This feels less like a 4X strategy game and more like a puzzle. It's like putting together a jigsaw. I don't feel like I'm placing things on a world. I feel like I'm just clicking on icons, kind of like putting jigsaw pieces onto a puzzle. Click here to make a city, and then I have to click there to make a city. And to do that, I need the card, it is just like making a jigsaw puzzle. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm constructing a jigsaw puzzle from pieces. Each piece can only go in the correct hole. There's no flexibility about rearranging anything. It's all interlocked, you might say. Okay, we've got the name Comrie. I don't like that name. Can I rename it? No, I can't. That's a shame. See, I wish I could click on this city, bring up some screen where I could maybe rename the city, where I could get more detail. That would be very nice. Anyway, let's continue. How about if can I search around a bit now? Yes, I can. Ooh. I've got another relic. Can I? Okay, I can't do anything with this at the moment, can I? Let me see. No, so I'm going to have to skip the turn now. Okay, skip the turn. Yes, please. Raise city's HP. Okay. Can I redraw? I'll redraw. I'll have this one, I suppose. So now I can increase it tier of a military city. So I could put that onto this one. That's not a military city, so put it on that one. So that's upgraded, but I just feel locked in. I feel like because I'm just at the whim of random cards. If the cards don't fall my way, it's just you just feel so limited in what you can do. I've got an apotheotic relic I can't do anything with, really, but I don't want to lose it because it looks like a useful card. I've got a Pathfinder card that I've already used. Or maybe can I use it again? Yes, I can. And that's going to be the end of my turn, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm going to have to end the turn again. Perhaps I'm just playing it very badly. Okay, why didn't end? Why did not end? Okay, right, continuous operations. Master Spy. Oh, that sounds useful. I'll have the Master Spy one. Okay, now I think can I put my Pathfinder on here? Yes. Okay. All right, this is going to go. That can go. Right, now I can have the cartography apparatus. See, that's useful. That is quite useful. Okay. So that does seem very, very useful. It looks like there's more. Maybe there's another city up here because there's some habitable land. It seems. Nope, nothing there. Right. What else have we got? Should we expand down here? Oh, a Balbegi, a native city. Oh, and I just removed that card that allows me to convert it. What a pity. That is a shame. Anyway, these things happen. Let's go to the next turn. I will continue. Do I have a unused card? Yes, I'll continue. Junior election. Increase city tier of a culture city. Morale for 3 rounds. You see, another problem is because it's all so static, the numbers feel meaningless. It's like, yes, I can upgrade the tier of a culture city, but I don't see any difference if I do that. I suppose under the hood, behind the curtain, a number will tick up. But there's no feedback on what that would do. There's no sense of progress or reward that comes from doing it. So, well, let's have a look. So, okay, let's get this one. We'll have this. And then if I choose it, we should increase the morale. I'm going to increase the morale of this city. Let's see what happens. You see, a number ticks up, and that's it. It doesn't feel like anything's really changed, anything's happened. Which means it's just not quite satisfying, I suppose, would be the word for it. It just doesn't feel very satisfying, unfortunately. Yeah, that's gone up. What is it actually done though? I mean, yeah, you can see all these stats here. Culture City Tier 1 Olympics. Yes, I can see all these stats, but they're just numbers on a menu that don't seem to link to anything. It's like looking at a spreadsheet, I suppose, which is not exactly a criticism. I mean, there are many people who love that sort of game, but there just needs to be more of a sense of life to this world, I suppose, or to the map, or to something. Some animations, or if I just boost the morale, some fireworks or something, or maybe the look of the city would change a little bit. But it certainly needs something, I think. So anyway, let's see. Can we extend any more of this location? We can indeed. I think that's me done for this one, isn't it? Yeah, already used. That's it. Let's end the turn. Prefab City. Pioneer. Again, this is just change. This all this does is just alter numbers on a menu with no clear sign of or indication of any impact that has on the game. Yes, the numbers go up, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. And because none of the numbers seem to be connected with the gameplay in any way, I'm reluctant to use that one, even though it's a higher number. Yes, it's got HP of 2, but yeah, I'll go for this one, I think. Which gives me Prefab City and Pathfinder. What's this? To neighboring city site. Okay, I'll just go around here a little bit. I see. And I found the art very unclear. Oh, I see. They're like teepees, I think. But because of the blurriness from a distance, it just looks like I thought it was 3 water drops. Anything I can put? No, I can't do anything with this. Right then, so I just feel so limited at every step, very locked in with very few options. I mean, I literally have no options here. There's nothing I can do other than end the turn, and most turns so far have been optionless. Even the option, even if I could, find out more about my cities somehow, but there's just, and see, I'm clicking on things. There's tooltips, but it all seems meaningless, and I'm sure it's not meaningless, as I keep saying, but it feels that way. It feels like all of these various numbers have no impact on the game, or if they have an impact, it's all behind the scenes, so I will never know. So they just end up as numbers on a tooltip, which isn't very satisfying, I'm afraid. Anyway, let's continue. Yes, I need to end the turn because I have no options. I've got some cards, but there's nothing I can do with them. Yes, please. What am I supposed to do here? Okay. All right, what we've got, a glider. Is that no, this is a native city. Is that also a rival city? If it's not my city, then logically it would be a rival if I want it to be, and if it's not mine. I'll take it, and we'll find out. So if that's not my city, it's a rival city, because even if it's a native city, it's not mine, not part of my empire, so therefore it's a rival. If this is a 4X game, then any nation or group of cities who are not mine must be rivals to me. They're competing for the same resources, same land, so they're rivals. So since it's a rival, I think we're going to attack. And it seems like I can attack. Okay. See, the only thing, just numbers ticking down. That's very unsatisfying. Did that actually attack? Let me see. I'm going to watch that heart number. Apparently so. But where is the feedback? It's just numbers ticking down. There is no interactivity. I don't. Anyway, let me put this prefab city on there. There we go. Well, it can be another. It can be another culture city, I think. There it is. It's expanded my range, but I don't even know what benefit that gives me. In some games like Civilization, within the range of your city, you can do things that enhance the city, put an irrigation, agriculture, or something. But yeah, so this has given me a border of influence, which has increased. But what's the benefit? That's not very good. A foreign influence. City could flip to rival neighbor in 4 turns. Well, I have. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Let's get a Pathfinder. Can we get a Pathfinder going on here? Where's the rival nation? Is it down here? No. Okay, let's end the turn. That sounds very useful. I need to find this neighboring city if there is one. Okay. I will have found a city on any city site. I've got, well, yes, I'll have that. Thank you very much. I'll do another explore over here, I think. So let me see. There's nothing down there. Okay, so I'm going to end the turn again. Let's see. Yes, thank you very much. End turn. Yes. Yes, I'm going to have, oh no, minus morale, and I don't want less morale. That would be terrible. Can I redraw? I'll redraw. I'll skip it. Okay, none of those were useful, I don't think. A city's flipped. I didn't see why or how. It doesn't seem like there's any neighboring empire close, or maybe it's just off the screen over here somewhere. I don't know. I just, because of a lack of feedback, means I just don't know what I'm doing. It's just numbers changing on tooltips, and that's what it feels like. Just numbers changing on tooltips. Let me continue though. What we got? Wheel. I think we need. No, we don't need that one. Well, we've got it anyway. Oops, I didn't mean to click on it. So I clicked on it and I tried to click off it, and then I got it. So once I clicked down on it, it selected whether I like it or not. You can't back out. Oh dear. Right. Anyway, let's get some more scouting done over here. We got. Oh, there we are. We got a bit of nothing over there. See this here? I just feel, and also the scouting. I wish it could be automated, so you could place the card down somewhere and let the scout noodle around and do its own thing. There's, at least that would give a sense of life. You'd feel like the cards, were units when you place them. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm going to remove something. Discard that, and I'll have found a city on a neighboring site. There isn't any neighboring site for me to do, so I'll skip right now. Yep, skip. Something's happened down there. Look, we've got something there. Is that a neighboring city? Let's have a look. It's got to be a neighboring city. I haven't got my spy card anymore, so I can't really go in there and have a look. Okay. Let me see. What else can I do there? Nothing. I feel, again, locked in. I'm locked in without options. All I can do is click end turn. Really? Don't like any of those options. Defer it until the next round. Let's keep going. The sky one, that I could do with that one. Okay, that can go. I'll have the master spy. Let's see what we can find down here in this. Oh, there we go. Laws. This planet is under Zorg dominion. While we don't have a presence across the entire surface at this moment, so state is inevitable. Okay. All right. So, well, we have a little bit of overlap in the text there. I look forward to surprising you. Please don't hurt me. I'll stay out of your way. Hey, which one should we go for? I'm going to err on the side of caution. I can say so. I'll stay out of your way for now. And if I gain strength later, I can always change my mind. So, okay. I mean, did that have any... Well, there we go. All right, then. So, let's get the master spy scouting around a little bit longer. Okay. Can we get there? pretty much out of options again. Well, I can always scout around here a bit. Let's go around the edges. Aha! We can have a city now. It's got to be a military city because we've got an empire butting up against us now. There. Is that going to flip? So I've got that needs to go, doesn't it? Okay, end the turn. See, I see a lot of numbers just changed. Okay, end the turn again. Draw. Yeah, I think I should have that one. So if I click on it and I go, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, come off. Okay. See, this would be better if I could drag it down there. Instead of just clicking to select it, I should click and drag it down. Because you can click on accident and think, oh, no, I don't want it. Release the mouse button, and it's accepted it. So maybe be able to drag it down to a hand would be better. What I'm looking for... Oh, that would be good. All right. I'll put that onto there. Let's skip the turn again, I think. I'm going to skip this turn. There we are. Well, I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. I think the game has promise. And as I'm playing it, as I'm reaching other nations, I become more interested. Now I've met this Zorg nation. Now I want to play on. While before, I think really the problem is there's a steep learning curve and there's barriers to entry. I mean, that when you first start a game, it needs to grab you from the moment you start. I'm 37 minutes in now, and I've encountered my first rival nations, and now I'm starting to feel I want to know what happens. I want to play on and see how things develop with this nation against this nation. That's a good thing, but it's taking me 37 minutes to get there. That's a bad thing. Some people would refund before that time. Also, it needs a huge amount of extra feedback. I need to feel things and see things happening, not just numbers changing when I, without any kind of visual indication of what's happening. That would be my advice. Anyway, for now, I'm going to end this game now. I may well come back to it though. It's got something about it, something interesting about it that I like. I think it's a grower. It's the kind of game, if you have patience to play it, you could end up loving it, perhaps. But work certainly needs to be done to maximize its initial appeal and its feedback and the way that the numbers link to actions. All of that needs a significant amount of work, I think. But it has promise. And I would love to play on when it's in a more developed state, if I could. This is me signing off. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this.